What round they rise and find that?
You're playing touch butt with that dork in the park, the ponytail. And I'm the one who ain't got no training partner? I don't think so. You seem to have it all figured out when you're playing midget.
60 G's, but I'm not impressed by your performance.
I'll tell you what, bro. I was out there, I was fighting all the hitters, bro. They ain't fought no hitters.
It's normal. Come on, guys. It's normal.
So if I was you, I hope to God you get ready. Because if you don't, I can beat you. Look at that.
Não deu nothing.
Oh, y'all got carrot cakes and stuff up there? Shit. Oh, y'all got pecan pie in this motherfucker? Shit.
We show people them we are back with another episode of Dust Up Shakedown. And joining me doing that are my two bros. Every time we got MacD and Naz. How you doing, people? Let's go with MacD first, man. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I had my daughter's first parents' evening tonight, so I went there and got a stunning report. Yeah, I mean, she's top of the class, killing the game. Good. So yeah, mate. No, it was good. It was good. Yeah, I mean, no, it's just nursery in it. Yeah, I mean, so you go and find out bits and bobs. But no, good day.
you gotta build that good foundation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it, bro. That's it.
Yeah, man, that good foundation, man. You know, is important for the education, man. And who knows, you might be talking about scholarships and whatnot down the line.
Yeah,
you
mate.
Know what I mean? But you got to build that good foundation, man. What about you, Naz, man? I'm feeling that UFC jumper you got going on there. You're looking real cozy. My man literally left Morocco and come to England. Who does that?
I was about to say this man's wearing his UFC hoodie because he's cold as shit right now.
Oh, back in London, fam, it is mad cold like out here. It's mad cold back in London.
What's the temperature in London, bro?
Bro, it's like, was it 7 today or some shit?
7. Shut up, bitch. I'm like -5 or something. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, we're ones 27 where I am. We're ones on Tuesday. We're ones on Tuesday where I am. You know what I mean? But I'm sure it's minuses in some other places, man. You know, people like Leroy that live in Canada. You know what I mean? They're on some different level codes. You know what I mean?
Leroy's got it easy, bro. Easy.
R.I.P. Leroy.
Them man, there's a different level code, man. But some things has been happening in the MMA world, man. You know what I mean? Over the last few days, shall we say? You know what I mean? We got Manchester United Chelsea game going on as well. So people, you can update the scores if you're a football fan and you're keeping an eye on
Please
it.
don't.
Let us know how it's going.
Right in front of me.
I'm sure Nav's got an eye on it as well. You know
right here, mate.
We're gonna talk about some stuff that's been going on in MMA. And big up everybody that's watching us, whether you're watching live, whether you're watching on playback. Salute to all of you, man. Big love to you. Let's start with the GOAT or the passive GOAT, but the GOAT to many people in the MMA world, right? John Jones. He put out a statement from Tom Aspinall asking him to vacate. If you're gonna be out for that long, why is man got to wait around for you till you know what I mean? Till you get back, But Jones is seeing it as a disrespect. You know, Jones is seeing it as like, bro, what are you talking? You only just got here and you want to start talking to man. You know how long I've been doing this thing. Naz, what's your take on that whole and my man's no, actually we'll come to MacD for the response. But tell me what you know from your perspective.
I'm waiting for this.
To say what he's saying, or
is there really right or wrong in this context? I've been waiting for this. Jones, I know he's been fighting with these demons called Twitter and social media. Like if you see his relationship with Chael Sonnen and other people online, demons, I knew John Jones was loading up, waiting to get back at Tom, but he done it in a very lawyerish way, you know, trying to drop facts. I would say he's right, but just sometimes I think about things in different contexts. Like if this was a normal job, this guy's not working this job for the whole next year. Like if you stop working as a job for a year, you're not paying tax for that year. You're basically you're not active. You're not a plumber no more. Like you're whatever. Your 1 year vacation. We come back. You're a plumber. Cool. If you carry that on, but as of right now, you're not really a fighter. I know it's disrespectful to say because a lot of people get injured, but 1 year, obviously, his age plays a factor into that. The surgery, it's going to be 1 year before he comes back. Tom does have a point. Maybe he should, drop it. If this was another like division with another fighter, other than maybe Makachev, they'll quickly strip them. Look at light heavyweight, left, right, and center. They've been taking it off people. Like it's the same here. John Jones is sticking onto it just because of the Stipe mega fight, which is losing a lot of steam, But Tom, he's a G, man. He seems to be learning a lot of the outside game. Chael Sonnen and Bisping have rubbed off on him.
Big up Moctology in the house. Afghan C4 Yabo. Salute to all of you guys. Moctology says here, Tom was definitely hyped up by the media. He had to be humbled by the GOAT. Magdi, let me come to you and get your take on Jones' perspective of asking this young buck that just pulled up, asking him to vacate his title. You only just got here, but then with Tom's response in the most sarcastic way an Englishman could put it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's your whole take on what Jones said? What he asked for? I mean, from what Tom asked for, Jones' response, and then the response from Tom.
Yeah. So obviously Tom said, "Look, mate, it's time to sit down the belt, fucking vacate it, walk away." Like Naz says, if you're not going to be in the fucking job for a year, are you really in that job? You know what I mean? No, move aside, let the division carry on. Let's see some other matchups happening. That's what everybody thinks. Everybody's on the same page of it. Then John comes out saying, I've faced absolute toughest competition this world has to offer for 15 years. During camp for title defenses, sustained major injuries that have required surgery for the first time in my career. Now I've newcomers requesting I get a championship stripped. Yeah, quite right, to be honest with you. You can call him a newcomer all you want, but I mean, he's had plenty of fights himself. Yeah, he's a newcomer in the sense of the word, in what he's looking at, these up-and-coming prospects, and I've beaten them all before when they've always said about them. And then Tom replies in the most, like you say, English way possible, going, "You're right. Sorry, John." I think that sarcasm was lost on a lot of the American audience, if I'm honest with you. A lot of them never really picked up on it. But I think us sitting reading that, knowing he's just going, "Yeah, mate. Soz, mate. Soz." You know what I mean? Like, didn't mean it. Like, yeah, but at the same time,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to be English to understand Tom's response on that one. I think, like, because it was totally sarcastic. Like "Soz, mate. Soz." Proper. You know what I mean? Yeah, proper fucking sarcastic.
You're right.
You're right, mate. You're right, 100%. But at the same time, nah,
anything
you're not. Yeah, exactly. Like you can't win one fight. We've said this before, boys. You can't win one fight at fucking heavyweight against Cyril Gane. Yeah, you came in and smashed him with the grappling straight away, put him down, choked him out, done what you had to do. But you cannot just be like, yeah, well, I'm not fighting anybody else because I beat all of these prospects before at light heavyweight. It's not the same division, mate. Step the fuck aside if you ain't going to fight. Let's see Stipe get it. Let's see whoever else wants to get it. Well, Cyril Gane now wants to get it, but obviously he can go back to the queue and just start fucking trying to fight his way back towards the title fight as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, like, and he's going to get slept on again. You know what I mean? Like, it's just easy, mate. Like, so yeah, John needs to drop the belt, in my opinion. He can come out with his little statement all he wants that he's the best and yada yada. How many times did you pop the peds, bro? Like, I love John Jones. He's like heavyweight. I swear to you, like, you bring up a minute ago. You bring up Kale and Bisping and that. Fucking Uncle Kale popped too. You know what I mean? You got fucking Anderson Silva popped too. Like you can call these people the GOAT all you want, but when they've cheated and they pop for peds, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, come on, man. And
that's
even
why
Anderson Silva tried to burn it.
You know what I mean?
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, I suppose. Like, but nah, drop the belt, move aside. Let's see it happen. Like, you've got 12 months that you're not going to be there now. Is he even going to come back after these 12 months? Or is he just going to keep himself relevant for the next 12 months by posting little tweets out every time something happens with it? You know what I mean?
I mean, at this point in time, Jones right now, he's got his Twitter fingers moving, man. His Twitter fingers are mad. He ain't got nothing to do. He's just recovering, fit on the sofa, scrolling up and down social media.
I mean, he put a picture up today. Did you see him?
No, what picture?
He was standing in an octagon with somebody. I can't remember who it was, but it looks like he's at a fucking farmer's market, bro. It looks like he's about to sell you a goat. Fucking sell you a goat. £5 of fucking beef mince and a couple of sausages on the side for the morning. I swear to God. Like,
No, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Let me just quickly talk to my brother here, Afghan C4 here, bro. Bro, you think UFC is fake and WWE storyline?
Only
Reason why
Kobe
Anthony Smith is going to go and
Covington
face Khalil Roundtree this weekend, yeah? You think it's fake, and Anthony Smith is just going to get off his sofa and go and decide to fight Khalil Roundtree on some fake shit? Is that what you think is going on? Like, you think Nasra?
That's a big mistake, by the way.
You know what I mean? He's going to go and face Jamie Mulaki, you know, on some fake shit. Like, nah, man, that man, they don't know fake shit, bro. They're trying to kill somebody. They're trying to take somebody heads up. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I'm
sorry. I disagree with you on that comment. That, you know what I mean? There was some fake shit. No. Sometimes they push certain talented fighters. They push them to the top to try and make them. Sometimes they do that. They don't always do that.
Kobe Covington's probably the only guy that tries to do that fake stuff.
Well, it goes to this comment here, right, from Marketology. UFC definitely picked up the idea of storylines from WWE. Maybe so, right? But storylines make fights. That's what you need to remember as well at the same time.
Have to use it to sell them.
You've got to use a story. It's entertainment at the end of the day too. So they've got to have a backstory. They've got to have something that pulls these fighters together, that makes the fans want to watch them and makes the fans either want to win one thing or the other. That's a thing about humans as well, to be honest with you. We're tribal motherfuckers. We're always going to pick one side or the other. You know what I mean? Whether it's red versus blue, whether it's black versus white, whatever the fuck it is, somebody's always going to pick a side. And that's just the way the human race has been for the entirety of the time we've been on this planet. And that's just the way that it goes.
Under my bus every time.
Yeah. So he's got them keys, brother. I mean,
you know what I mean? Somebody's gonna end up there. So yeah, like styles make fights, storylines make fights. That's one of the reasons why we exist in the social media world and on these sort of platforms where we can discuss some of these backstories and maybe some of the beefs that they have. Like, we're talking about this thing is fake. Like, if somebody who said Kobe even made this shit. Like, that shit ain't fake.
No, Kobe, come on, man.
My man nearly got locked up. He had to.
He got paid.
Obviously speaking.
Like, Kobe will snitch on you, bro. Like,
speaking about John Jones and Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall's even said that in an interview that it wasn't even an interview. I think he was backstage for a press conference or something, and he was sitting talking to Kobe, and he said he was sound as anything. You know what I mean? Just a normal dude as he was talking to him. And then as soon as they came out and said, right, that's it, boys, you're ready to go on, he put on his shades, he put on his jacket, and his persona completely changed straight away. He was just somebody else. Like, what's happening, Wolf, bro?
No, big up Wolfie, man. Wolfie is in the house still. Salute to you, Wolfie. Thank you very much for joining us.
Love for the Chelsea game.
Yeah, man. Keeping an eye on that game as well. Big up yourself. And Moctology, I mean, when you look at this sport, there is not much, because it's such a singular sport. It's not like WWE where they can get a Royal Rumble and 20 people can just fly in and dump somebody over the rope, and you know what I mean, or do a tag team. Like, no, you're on your own. It's you, the opponent, and the ref. That's it. You know what I mean? Are you trying to kill the next man? The
storyline only goes as far as that cage door. Once that cage door shuts, storyline and everything else is out of the fucking window, innit?
Everything you hear or see. It's all real in there, you know what I mean? Okay. The next one on the docket, right? Jamal Hill. He's been beating up on his brother, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
man. He's been beating up, but we also
running to the police ain't no brother of mine. Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ.
I lie in it. That's a fake brother, man. It's Judas, man.
This is what I'm trying to say.
But remember, guys,
do you think Kobe will not snitch on his own brother? No, seriously.
Yeah, probably, mate, because Kobe's a rat. Kobe's an absolute rat. Of course he would.
I don't think he will. I think he's a rat as a character.
Kobe'd snitch on himself.
You will snitch on him. Exactly that. Exactly that, bro.
Swear to God, man.
I mean? So, but this Jamal Hill situation here, I want to touch on it a little bit, but from another angle, right? And this is where I think maybe the reason why he went to the feds is because it's not in this situation here. We've seen, like John Jones was just talking about, you've seen his brothers. You must have seen John Jones' brothers. Yeah? Like when you see his brothers, man, it's like you can try and beat up on them and see how far you get. Usman and his brother. Usman can try and beat up on his brother, see where he gets him. You see what I tried to say? And if that happens, it won't be no Fed situation. But because his brother, I think obviously is like a non-fighter, he's just a regular guy like us. And it feels like
I'm not regular.
They put them paws on him. They put them paws on him, man. And, and they were feeling like, no, fuck that, man. We're going to the feds. Naz, talk to me about this, brother.
He knocked his tooth out.
Yeah.
Evidence. He's like, here's the evidence of my smackage up. Like he has it. So he's making a money grab. He said to Jamal, "You don't treat your children right. You know, you take."
Yeah, I was about to say, have you heard more about what was actually going down as well? Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was like, and like every other podcast is like, this is a normal Thanksgiving in America. Like this is what we do. But calling the police, that's sellout move. Obviously, Jamal's rich and well known. That's why he's doing it. His podcast is ridiculously fast growing. It's crazy, and his girls getting OGs on. And now he's the champion elect. Come back, he's going to get the shot, pay-per-view points. The brother knows he's going to get money from him. It's a sneaky thing. He can't speak about it. He's got that little whatever that you can't. When you can't speak about something, not NDA, but you can't speak about it before the court because it's inadvised by his lawyer. But we all know he's gonna do some kind of settlement, which is going to be some bullshit payout to brother.
But he might end up doing a Diddy. Diddy is in all kinds. He's in all kinds of settlements right now. McDane, what about you? What's your take on it? Because I got the police details. Jamal Hill's brother filed a case report, 1 count of assault, felony and aggravated. The report also details the attending police officer reported Hill's brother had swelling on his left side of his face and a broken tooth sustained in the altercation. Hill's brother claimed to be repeatedly struck on the left side of the face by Jamal Hill. I mean, what's your overall take on that situation there? And
when I first seen it, I thought like it just seems like a family dispute, doesn't it? You know what I mean? And maybe they've had a couple of drinks, and maybe it's got a little out of hand, and he slapped him. You know what I mean? He's put him down.
That's every Thanksgiving.
And yeah, no, exactly. You know what I mean, it's not even just Thanksgiving. That can just be a weekend at your family's house sometimes. The family can do your fucking head in, like. But then, obviously, when I got a little bit more into it, and then I started reading some of the articles about it coming out, saying he was making comments about like not looking after his daughter as well, and like not replying to her messages or whatever. It seems like, I mean, sounds like he's probably had a few too many drinks, and he's gone in deep on a subject that's quite fucking sensitive. I mean, so what do you expect? You're gonna chat shit to a fighter. You're gonna get slapped. And from what I've seen, he hit him once. He went down as he tried to get back up. He's hit him again. Yeah, I mean, I never seen an article saying that he laid a beat down on him. I only seen that he hit a couple of strikes on him. But at the same time, what do you expect, bro? What were you doing going to the police and reporting your own brother? Like I said at the start, just as we were starting to talk about this, like no brother of mine, like not a chance. Like family disputes get handled within the family. You know what I mean? You sort it out between yourselves. You don't go running to the police about it. Like it's wild, man. Wild. But obviously we don't know the full story, we don't know the backstory, we don't know how long it's going on. Right. And I'm not sitting here saying Jamal Hill's actually like a queen in all of this. You know what I mean? Like he could be a right bad bastard and we don't even know it. Like he could be an horrible fucker. Like, but at the same time, from what we do know, it just seems like it's a family disagreement, man. And he's decked him and he's not been able to take it, so he's ran to the police because he knows.
Spoke about your daughter, bro. Man, just want to speak about your daughter. You'll smack him, kick him there and there.
Exactly. Yeah. You're gonna react, aren't you? Especially if it's a sensitive like subject, like I mean.
Yeah. And you only care about your sons. You take your sons to the press conference. How about your daughter? I'll be like, what the?
I bet you anything. I bet you anything. He gave him fair warning. I bet he said, right, you pack it in. You know what I mean? One more word out your mouth and you're going to find out. One more word out your mouth, you're going to find out. And I bet he carried on.
Jamal's a mellow guy, bro. We see him on podcasts for hours. Like, he's a mellow guy.
It's one of those where, like you said, it's a family gathering, isn't it? And sometimes crazy shit happened in family. Moctology is right here. Family feuds must be handled in the house. You know, you should end up with the feds like that. But then in America, like if your teeth get knocked out, you gotta go to the doctors, you gotta go to the A&E and all of them. It's costing you bucks. It's costing you money.
Money,
You know what I mean? It's a lot of money to get that tooth fixed, to go see a dentist. You know, I seen them on Judge Judy, man. Like they be suing for $5,000 straight.
Mate,
You know
you've dropped Judge Judy twice this week. You've been off work getting bored watching daytime TV.
Yeah, I would be Judge Judy fan.
All of his money is gonna go to his brother. His next fight.
I've been watching Judge Judy for damn near 20 years, man. Like every day, bro. Yeah, I don't.
And you'd still hit it.
cases,
You'd
man.
hit it 20 years ago. You hit it now.
Yeah, man.
He's watching Josh Rhino, fam.
Nah, I do. You see, I couldn't even get with that, bro. Like, what the fuck? No, man, that was some knockoff thing, man. I couldn't deal with that.
Yeah, I was like,
my man ain't got no Officer Bird in the fucking court. You know what I mean? Like, Officer Bird.
Bring that gavel with you. I want to hear that shit clink.
Yeah, man. So no, on a serious thing in America,
yeah,
they don't play that shit, man. You know what I mean?
No.
You put your hands on somebody, somebody's gonna pay.
Big up.
That's how they get down there. I don't know if it's as cultured like that like over here in the UK, and I didn't see that coming up many times where you know two siblings get into it and the other one going to call the feds and shit, man. Like I didn't see that, but in America I can understand that happening, because if medical fees is got to be paid and dentist is got to be seen and all this other shit, they're calling the feds. You got to pay.
But the relationship is over from here on out.
Yeah,
the relationship is now over.
Yeah, it probably is. But then it probably ain't. You just never. You know what? This is one of the main things I always say: never get involved in brother sister sort of beef, because in the end, whoever you stick up for, and they go back around together, you look like the dickhead, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always stay the fuck out of that. You know what I mean?
Don't forget about mum and pops as well.
It's like one of those, like you can't. Either way, whatever happens, or they go back, you look like a dickhead, man, for taking sides. Okay, Hamza
Ian Gary.
Hamza Chibayev. This brother was supposed to run through Usman, according to some. MacD, case in point. Yeah.
Who's 20 quid up? You still holding on to this?
I didn't even say that.
Setting you up with that one, there. I'm setting you up with that one, brother. Setting you up with that one. You know what I mean? But look, he's set for surgery, and obviously sustained that injury in the first round with that fight against Usman. Obviously won the fight by via decision. Good fight. It wasn't enough round, in my opinion. I would have loved to see both of them go 5 rounds and really see what's going on there. But it looks like now the hype of him being Usman, right, is now getting even more killed by this surgery. How does it get to that? Because that's one of the main reasons he also shot for 185 to try and get to that belt really quickly. But this surgery is now thrown spanner in the works. Like, do you think it's gonna need, number one, tune-up fight? Number two, how many fights does he need now, in your opinion, to get at least to start knocking on the top 5 again?
Boom. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Sorry, boys.
That was for you, Magden.
Sorry, mate. So, so it's another thing in it for Usman, for Hamzat fighting once every 12 months or something. How long is he going to be out with this injury? What's it going to look like for him? What's it going to look like in the division? How's that going to be moving before he ends up getting back to them? Like, if we actually went over and had a quick look at the rankings just now, like, he's just going to sit out for quite a while, isn't he? Yeah, I mean, like, who are we looking at in the middleweight here? Like, Brendan Allen obviously just beat Paul Craig. We've got Roman Dolidze has got a fight coming up. Robert Whittaker could be there for something. We've got Drickus who's going to go up against Sean Strickland for the belt. Like, so there's going to be movement. We're going to see some things. We've got Marvin Vettori. He's just been called out by Mr. One Eye here. I mean, and Marvin Vettori's agreed to it. It's like the
He's taking that fight.
Yeah, he will. I don't know where they're going to end up having the fight because I don't think many places will sanction him fighting. I mean, but at the same time, that division is going to keep moving. He's going to be out for another 12 months. Like, he seems to keep his hype 12 months in, 12 months out, wherever he's at. He seems to keep the hype anyway. Yeah, I mean, so I think they're always going to be putting him back in there against somebody in the top 10, whatever it looks like in the future. But yeah, he's out again, man. Like, just fucking 12 months at a time every time. Is there a time scale on this? Have you seen how long he's going to be out for?
He said UFC 300, so that means he's back in April. I'm like, you're not coming to America.
He's talking 6 months.
You're not coming to the US
I don't see that.
Coming to America free with Hamzat Kamayev.
They're like, why am I not allowed in? Your name's Hamzat.
I don't see that happening, to be honest. You know, especially the way
he's talking nonsense like about UFC.
Was he talking title fight? Is that what he's wanting? Hamzat, he's wanting a title fight at 300. Who's he going to fight at 300 that's going to be like, yes, mate, that's an absolute banger to put onto that card? Not many people, really, when you think about it.
Crazy, like MVP when he beats Kevin.
I don't even think he's going to be back by 300 anyways, man. You know what I mean? Personally, I don't think he's going to be
you're right. No, you're right.
Or passed by yeah, it won't be passed by the commission to go and fight.
He won't be allowed to come to the US of A. The US of A, number one.
Mike Perry, talk about calling man out. Mike Perry is called at Masvidal after beating up on Eddie Alvarez, and Mike Perry is now being called the new king of violence. Eddie Alvarez's corner threw the towel in the second round of the title fight.
Yeah,
and round. Alvarez sustained what? He sustained two fractures on two different sides of his face. Naz, Perry calling out Masvidal. Do you think Masvidal is looking to get into BKFC like that and throw down bare knuckle fighting? And even if that happens, does Masvidal even stand a chance against Mike Perry in that sort of environment? It's different rules.
You know what? If anyone can do it, it probably will be Masvidal. Even though he's at this tender age now, he's been out the ring, but he'll do it because he'll do a co-promotion. He'll get his promotion up. He has a bare knuckle promotion already. You know, he's a bare knuckle everything. So he'd like to do a co-promotion with them. And I think he might even believe, like, you know what, I'm bigger now. I'm like a 170 plus fighter. Or so is Mike Perry, to be honest. I don't know. I don't see him getting whooped like Luke Rockhold or Alvarez. Alvarez is a smaller guy. Luke Rockhold was like, this was foreign to him. But I feel like, you know, Masvidal will at least go a decision, might even be able to win him. But the thing about this is, like, Mike Perry won't be able to get a better opponent after this. I can't see how he could top this. After this one, it's done. This is the top of the hill. It's BKFC. What are they going to do with him afterwards? But if he goes for this fight, it'll be the biggest fight in bare knuckle anything history. And honestly, it's the top fight you can make. And I can't see any other fight in BKFC. Maybe in boxing, but not in BKFC after this. But yeah, he should do it definitely. And Masvidal should co-promote and all that rubbish. Hopefully, it goes well for him.
Yeah, man. I agree with you, man. It's big money. It's going to be good for Masvidal's promotion as well because he's got his own promotion going on. MacD, when you look at this situation here, obviously with Masvidal's background, you know, he was one of them backyard brawlers like Kimbo Slice. You know what I mean? Like this is a call out that's made for Masvidal, no?
Yeah, mate, 100%. Yeah, I mean, like like you say there, Masvidal was like the OG of it all. Obviously, Kimbo was the one that set up the backyard brawls and stuff, and had Masvidal appear in it. But Masvidal was like the one of the most, other than Kimbo, God bless his soul. Yeah, I mean, he's one of the most known people like from it. Like he was the one that put it on the map. He then obviously brought that charisma, that personality, and that performance into the UFC with him, like into MMA. Whether Dana will allow it to happen is another thing. You know what I mean? I don't think that'll be allowed to go ahead and happen, like, but it'd be an interesting fight. Would we see the same Masvidal as what he would have been years ago? Would it have, I hate when people try and do prime versus prime comparisons because it's past the point and you can't do it anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's just not like, you can look at it all you want, but it's just like you're just coming up with your own theories, man. You're just being theoretical.
TLT. Testosterone.
Yeah, like, but mate. So banger of a fight.
That's that Vito Belfort shit. That's
fam.
The king of TRT, the king of TRT. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I'd love to see it. I don't think we will, unfortunately. I don't know if Masvidal would even want to do it.
No, I don't think Dana's holding him back like that.
You don't? Obviously, he's got BKFC set up himself, like, but at the same time,
his own promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he was to make the decision to do it, I don't think he will have a lot of bearing to do with Dana. And Dana said this many times that look, these fighters, they're independent contractors. That's what they are. You know what I mean? And sometimes they put certain things in their contract that UFC will look at and say, oh, you know what, we'll fuck with it. And some they'll say, actually, no, you pissed us off. We ain't doing that with you. You know what I mean? You know, it just depends on kind of how much it makes sense to them. If it makes sense, they might deal with it. And but I don't think UFC will have much say on the Masvidal situation if it was to go answer the call.
I mean, look at Eddie Alvarez's face, man. The boy was smashed up too. So, you know what I mean, like Mike Perry is a different level in that bare knuckle promotions, man. Like he has found his stride and he's absolutely killing it. Like, but mate, it was unreal. I couldn't believe that they thrown in the towel in the second one because Eddie was doing well for himself too. Yeah, I mean, like obviously Mike Perry gets hit a lot. We've seen that in quite a lot of his fight, in a lot of his fights. But mate, yo, Leroy. But yeah, I thought Eddie was landing some fucking solid strikes as well. Yeah, I mean, he was catching him on the way in and stuff, but obviously he just took too much damage himself and got put out of there early.
Yeah, bro. Let's talk about Ian Gary, because Ian Gary and Strickland. We talked about Ian Gary and Leon Edwards in the last couple of fucking Dust Up Shakedown, but that goalpost moved long time ago. Strickland has been doing the most. Strickland has been annihilating man, bro. Like, it's
are you crazy? Level. Brandon Allen was worse. Brandon Allen.
What did he come out and say?
I was going to come to you. Talk to me about that situation.
You know Brandon Allen when he said he got knocked out in training right in front of me. And Bisping is like, was it Schmilbit Schmans? And he's like, no. Was it
Schmilbit Schmans?
Yeah, he's like, no. He's like, stop doing this, Bisping. You're gonna guess him soon. And he's like, all right, okay. And I was like, it was Shaq Fat. It was Rachmanov. Rachmanov blatantly destroyed him. I was like, it was blatantly him. He was about to say it, and then he's like, stop talking. And then everyone's talking about him. It was Michael Chandler saying he's a selfish git. What's his name? Sean Brady. He said, I want to fight him. He's an asshole the wrong way.
You see Michael Chandler and Ric Flair? You see them in that pub?
That's sick. I'm not gonna lie. That's Ric Flair's little UFC son now.
Yeah, man. Sorry, go on. Just when you mentioned Ric Flair,
yeah, man, honestly, Ian Gary's they're changing his name. They call it Ian the Cut called Gary, and I'm like, right? They show his
bro.
What was it? His wife's ex.
Ian Gary's got a chair in every hotel room on the planet.
Magdane, let me get your perspective, your view on what's been going on with Ian Gary, Strickland, and now this talk of Brendan Allen as well, man. Like,
it's wild. Like, how's this going to affect him going into this fight?
And the memes that's going on with his missus as well, bro.
Yeah,
you see that? Whoop! Somebody posted that one in the group chat, man. With her sitting on the fucking on the chair, bro. Oh my God. You man are
And
nasty.
she called him a pussy, bro. In front of
that might have been me that dropped that image, but I never created it. But that was a heavy image. That one, like,
Yeah, that was a mad one. You know what I mean?
sitting with the
You
pum
come
hanging
with all
out.
kind of harams in the fucking group that you do. Jesus Christ, we go on with Mayweather the other day. Haram.
Yeah,
Trust me. This
yeah,
brother
mate.
here, he's something else in the group chat. But please talk to me about that situation there with Ian Gary, Strickland, and even his missus. What's been happening?
I think I don't know, mate. It needs to die now, doesn't it? Like not him or her or any of them, but it needs to die off. Like it's all gone on now for about 3 weeks, and it's just like people are grabbing at coattails, they're just running with it, they're constantly going with it, mate. If he's married and they're happy and that's what they do and that's their life, let them crack on. You know what I mean? They've got a beautiful son there and all the rest of it. When I met them, they were nice enough people. They stood and spoke to me for 5 minutes, got a picture. You know what I mean? They were sound as anything. I ain't got out against Ian Gary, against his missus, against nobody. But at the same time, like, this shit has been mental. And all I keep thinking about is how is this going to affect him going into this fight? Is it going to work in his favor? Are we going to see an angry man come out and put everybody, because he needs to put it on blast and he needs to put everybody in the spot. He's got so many haters right now. It is unreal. But then it also goes down to the fickle MMA fans, like, especially on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, everybody will turn on you within an instant. You give somebody an inch and they'll take a mile. And that's what most people are doing with this. Creating memes, creating content, YouTube videos. You got the MMA guru and everybody else jumping on it. Like, it's not just Strickland and that. Everybody's doing this because it's getting clicks and it's getting views. But that is also something that most people probably don't want to admit, is Ian Gary gets clicks and he gets views. Like, as cocky as he is, and he goes with this McGregor approach. He puts bums on seats, whether you want to see him get knocked out or whether you want to see him knock somebody out. He puts bums on seats, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. So this is all working in his favor. Like, it might not be the hype that he wants, but there's no such thing as bad publicity, as they say. You know what I mean? So, the only thing I'm concerned about, not in this game, the only thing I'm concerned about is how is it going to affect him going into this fight against Vincent Luque, because it is a bad man to be going against, and it ain't an easy fight for him. You know what I mean?
I'm not worried about that, McD. I'm worried about the press conference he's going to.
Oh, mate, if he's sitting anywhere near Colby, he's going to get fucking... I was speaking to Joffrey about this, right?
Right, you know what?
I was speaking to Joffrey about this, and Joffrey was like, he either needs to go in there and get Colby on his side straight away, or he's fucked. Yeah, I mean, like, there's not a chance that he's making it through that.
It's like Colby would see that coming a mile away.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Well, Kobe has a little notepad.
Yeah, full of nicknames. I can't wait to hear them. Like, I swear to God.
Man, full of stories like, you got knocked out by this, to name all the names.
Nah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I want to kind of look ahead to the next pay-per-view that's coming up. Not this next card, but the next one that's coming up. We're just talking about Colby just now. In that, you know, towards that situation, it's got Leon Edwards coming up. Do any of you think there's a world that Leon Edwards beats Colby in this match? Let me come to you first, Mac. Then, like, I know what you think. I'm just looking at it from the fight, purely from the fight perspective now, right?
Yeah.
Not the build up, not what we think or feel about Leon Edwards or how boring it is. Skill set wise, going into cage, door shot. Do you know what's your feeling on that fight? I
think Colby's going to take him into deep waters, and I've mentioned it before. I don't like Colby, but he is one hell of a fighter, and he is very skilled. I honestly don't think that Leon's going to beat him. Personally, I think Colby's going to beat him. If Colby turns up on the night, obviously he's not fought for quite a while now. But again, look at your man. Sorry, excuse me. Look at your man. Look at Usman and the fights that he went in against him. Yeah, I mean, absolute wars, man. Like when he really goes in there and he really goes for it. Colby's had some of the best fights going, man. Like, and you can't say that he hasn't. Like, even if you don't like him, like it is for me. Yeah, I mean, and I think his wrestling is probably. I don't know, because he was stuffing Usman's, but Usman's got the dodgy knees and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? But if Colby comes in fresh and he comes in like ready for it, I think he can give Leon a really, really tough night. And then Leon will probably need one of them Hail Mary head kicks to get the win on this one. And we lost Ola. He's gone, so.
Yes. Well, I kind of like. I agree and disagree. I think it's Leon's fight to win. I think he's going to find certain formulas and ways that he can win the rounds optically. Kobe needs to do something different. He needs to add something to his game, whether it's a low kick or some kind of excessive cage control. But Leonard is basically a middleweight at this stage who can make welterweight. It's not easy to wrestle him around. Kobe's not the biggest guy.
I think it's the pressure that he needs to put on him.
He needs to go for his ankles and knees and then just get him, be able to pick him, take him down. I want him to do it, and I believe he will. I'll put my chips on him, but I feel like he's not the favorite. He shouldn't be the favorite as well. It's like if he wins this, I will be a bit shocked, but I do think he's gonna do it. And Leon's gonna have some excuses afterwards. We've got Oda coming back, but yeah. Man, we'll see if we're all Team Kobe, which is weird for a UK MMA station.
Mm-hmm. Is Colby the favourite? Is that what's gone down? As are the odds?
I don't think so. I'm sure Leon's a favourite. I'll be so shocked if Kobe's a favourite. I was watching an interview with him and Brett Okamoto today.
Yeah, we got -125 for Leon and +105 for Colby. So
yeah, so
there we go. Plus money.
Colby's gone as a favourite then.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really good.
No.
Leon
coming in as a favorite.
Leon's favorite.
He's +105 for Colby. Yeah.
I mean that fight there with Rachmanov and Wonderboy, like for me, that's a sacrificial lamb type fight, bruv.
Yeah, man, that's a heavy fight.
That fight there, that's a sacrificial lamb type fight.
But Wonderboy said that he wants to go for that title fight one more time before he hangs up the gloves and before he's off.
Bro.
Yeah, bro, but it's Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Yeah, I mean, look at that, man. Look at him. Look at him.
One more
He's
time.
a specimen of a human being.
If you say one more time,
Shavkat is a wild mountain cat.
I know, mate. I know.
Yeah, like Shavkat is not one of them that you want to be. Like, if you want to fight Shavkat,
he effed up recently in training. Who is it? What's doing the rounds? He messed someone up, some high level. Jackson, the Bellator champion. He threw him in the sky.
Bro,
I was like,
Shavkat is the man that you fight for either trying to be #1 contender or for the title. You avoid him at all costs until you get up there and that fight's meaningful.
But you have to see his old win.
It was speaking of Ian Gary a second ago. He turned a fight down against him, didn't he?
Twice, apparently.
Yeah, like
well, he said
wants to fight Shavkat, bro. Like, what you tell me?
Respect the Wonderboy's name. He's stepping in there with him. Yeah, I mean,
can somebody tell me why they haven't put Shavkat and Chimaev together?
But Chimaev's gone, and they don't do it.
I kill his hype.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I can name the handful of Muslim versus Muslim fights. It's not many. Like brother, I don't want to fight my brother.
Yeah, I mean, boy, these Brazilians, they don't give a fuck, bro. Like,
Brazilian on Brazilian crime.
There seems to be a lot of that recently.
Especially the ladies. The ladies are like, muito bem. They just want their money, bro. Dinero. Big up the Brazilians, though.
No, man, big up the Brazilians, man. Big up the Brazilians.
They got everything.
What's happening, AFC, bro?
I mean, we got this card coming up.
Man.
We got this card coming up on the weekend. Song Yadong versus Chris Gutierrez. Hey, people, come check us out on the prediction show this Friday. It's going to be me, Nas, Jordan, and hopefully maybe we can get Jordain up in there as well, man. You know what I mean? Just for honorary picks. And if
he has time, look at that Christmas tree he's got.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? If you're free,
he's not about this life.
And the missus green lights it, then you're free and the missus green lights it. Yeah, man.
She's going out. She's going out on Saturday night. I'm on daddy duty, so she'll be able to twist it.
But there you go. All right, people. We've come to the end of the show, man. It's been another good show with my bros, and you know, I love talking MMA with you guys, man. Like, It's crazy. Some of the
You
things
telling me
happen.
we're going to go 44 minutes on this bitch and we ain't going to talk about 2 slams back to back? We ain't even going to touch it. We ain't going to go anywhere near it.
You know what? Let's
Crazy,
do
innit?
that. Let's do that. Let's do that real quick
Yeah,
before,
they
we,
were
before, we,
crazy.
before we get out of here. Let's do that real quick before we get out of here. Okay. While you're on it, take us through them slams, because it's hard to see one finish, one slam finish, but to get 2 in a row, it's crazy. But yeah, take
Shit
us
was
through it,
wild, man. Yeah, I mean, so obviously we had Drakkar Quos and Joe Solecki. It was actually a bit of a banger. It was looking pretty tight when he was going for that armbar. He was getting locked into it, and Drakkar Quos just said, not today. Pick that brother up. So like they all talked about how he turned him on his side. That man didn't consciously think about turning him on his side to slam his head into the deck. He just thought, slam this motherfucker and get him off my arm. He picked him up. The way the angle changed, he kind of went to the side. He slammed. Yeah, no, none of them think about it. Like, I can't remember who it was now, but they were talking about, see these MMA analysts that go, oh, you see this? He turned his big toe out to the right. He walked down at his fucking kneecap. And that was the moment he thought he's going to do, shut up, over analyzing shit. You're in there for a split second of a fight. You're just going boom. And it's just all muscle memory and technique and all the rest of everything that you've done. You know what I mean? Like, none of these men are thinking about this. All they're thinking about is that quick reaction of, how am I getting out of this? Let's slam this motherfucker. So they slammed the brother into the deck. Like, mate, let's fucking bring that up. So obviously we also had Zachary Reese and Cody Brundage. And Brundage done the same. Yeah, I mean, and Brundage slammed him into the deck too.
I mean,
really needed that. Really needed it.
Hey, people, you know how good this card was. I say this all the time. People see this sort of cards and they think, oh, it's a dead card. I don't know these people. It's shit. There was 8 bonuses given out in this.
Yeah, mate. Card. Dana's skint and he's got Christmas presents to buy. You know what I mean? He's like, shit. 8 bonuses. They gave away $500,000 in bonuses on that card. Fucking insane.
And I'm expecting the same this weekend, actually. I'm expecting the same this weekend.
Exactly what Leroy just said there. Better than some pay-per-views this year. Like, it was incredible. The prelims, mate. The prelims were wild.
It's wild, man. It's crazy, and that's the
MMA for you now.
That's the beauty of MMA. That's the beauty of fighting.
Love UFC,
and also shout out to Misha Tate. Like, nobody's expecting her old ass to rock up in there and get that shit done, but she done it.
She called out Holly Holmes. And with the opportunity that Amanda Nunes is now presented for the division, if Juliana Pena and Misha Tate was to get in there right now, I don't know who wins. I don't know who wins out of the 2 of them.
Misha Tate.
I'll probably lean more towards Misha Tate.
Misha Tate.
You know what I mean? So that's a good opportunity there because the women's division is now open, especially the one.
I mean, if Misha Tate wants to be my 40-odd-year-old wife, I'll take it all day.
Yeah, man. You know, it's one of those where you just don't know how it's gonna turn out for them two ladies. So hey, listen, it was a good card, brilliant card. And if any of you guys missed it, go back and check. Type in UFC Austin finishes. UFC Austin.
It'll take 10 minutes to watch it all.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
What about Sean Brady too? Sean Brady absolutely dominated Calvin Gastelum. Unbelievable.
That
was
something else, man. You know what I mean? That was just different. That's different.
And that also goes to show. Remember the
Bobby
name.
Green the way he knocked out Bobby Green.
Mate, that was savage.
He sent Bobby Green to the fucking shadow realm, bro. You know what I mean? That I've never, bro. I don't know if I've seen anyone really do that to Bobby Green like that. You know what I mean? Like, you might TKO man, but like that one there was that was shadow realm set.
Early stoppage, in my opinion. In my amateur opinion.
Well, I said early stoppage. You know, if he dies, yeah.
Yeah, mate. And what about big fucking Arman Saryukin? As much as he's been a dick about Bobby Green on the build up, even after it, he went and followed the ref and everything. I don't get what his beef is with him at all. Like, but shout out on that finish against Benil. Is Benil done? What do you reckon? Obviously, he got that quick finish against. Well, he got quickly finished by Charles Oliveira, and now.
Come on. Big up AFC always as well, but salute to you. Yes, City losing.
Big up, yes.
Yes.
Come on, Villa. Bailey scored.
Just what the doctor ordered, man. Just what the doctor ordered. I'm liking this match day week we got going on here, man. Big up yourself for that update there. Thank you very much, my brother.
What's the out the window, man?
Ooh, yeah. Fucking hell. I'm celebrating now. We got Villa on the weekend. Jesus. Oh, shit. My stance will change come weekend, man. My stance will change come weekend.
We'll change from Orthodox to Southpaw.
The other one, like you said, with Benno Darush, I think Darush is gonna have to take a minute now, man. He's gonna have to take a little hiatus, get himself together. I'm sure Ali Abdulaziz is, we'll find him a nice comeback fight to come back to. But the two opponents that is fought, going to look for Islam, they've not really been the ones for him, you know what I mean? And it's not ended well for Benil Darush, but he'll get a chance again, man. He'll be back. I like him as a fighter. He's not one of those guys that you see doing all types of things. Woo! Oh shit! That's why Naz is quiet. Okay.
I want you there.
Anyways, on that bombshell, man, we're gonna end the show. Big up to you guys. Thank you very much for pulling up again on the Fight Week show. Come join us on Friday for the prediction show. And next week we got No Stop Shakedown Wednesday, and we got watch along for the pay-per-view that's coming up between Leon Edwards and Kobe. We got that on Saturday night on the Fight Week show. So keep it locked on here and keep an eye on some of our other videos.
You got any special guests? Anybody lined up?
Definitely, we got Luke Michael is already committed. I'm just looking for one more. And the one other guy that says he's willing to do it wants to fight Luke Michael. I don't know if them two should be.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that.
You can't
do that.
So
maybe you can. Maybe you can.
I'm looking for
that'd be an interesting watch along.
Yeah, maybe you can. No, you cannot.
Maybe you can. Yeah, I mean, 3 hours of nothing but beef on a watch along. Yeah, I mean,
you might see Shadrach already. You might see Blamby Shadrach. Like, he's down to do this thing, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. So I have to look for another candidate, but I'm working on it. I got a little time to work on it, and we'll get somebody, man. Don't worry, man. We'll get somebody. And it's gonna be a big watch along, man. It's the last one of the year as well. So keep an eye out for that one. And then up onto the next video, people. We're out. Salute.
Peace.